Hey everyone, this is Holly from Hot Humble Pie. Today I am bringing you my final Easter and spring DIY video, and as always, I hope you enjoy the show. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love it if you click that button. For this first Dollar Tree DIY, we are going to be using the mesh strainer and the bunny tree and the carrots, but we're not going to be using the washcloth. That's for later. I started off by slapping some spackling on the wood bunny. You can just leave it plain to make this even faster if you wanted to, but I wanted it to look more like ceramic. It comes out really pretty. I found this bag of decorative moss at the Dollar Tree, and I'm just using my hot glue gun on low heat, and I'm going to glue it to the bottom, or in this case, this is going to be the bottom. I'm gluing it to the bottom of the mesh strainer. And to make sure it wasn't falling out of the bottom, because it was a little bit, I just kind of smeared hot glue on the bottom. You could also use Mod Podge if you wanted. Either one would work. And then I'm taking a little tiny bit of hairspray to address the front so the front doesn't fall out. And this is what my bunny looks like when it's all dry. And do you see how nice that looks? To me, that just looks like a ceramic piece now instead of a wood piece. It would still look pretty wood, but I was just in the mood for it to be a white ceramic bunny. So we're just going to hot glue him in there, tuck him down inside the moss. Now we're taking the Dollar Tree carrots. I also took the tops of these carrots off and stuck some boxwood in. If you watch my channel, you know I like to kind of upgrade the top of those carrots. And then these are also Dollar Tree sparkly little mini eggs. Now to make these more pastel, I love the texture. It makes them look like cement to me. You don't have to add baking soda to your paint, anything. But all I did was just take watered down white paint and then just put several coats on until I got these to look more pastel like this. Do you see that? That to me just looks more high end. You can also leave them sparkly. That's a pretty look too. But I like them to be kind of mellow, so I mellow them out with a whitewash. It's that simple. And then I took some of these flowers and I just glued them at the bottom. I tucked some of the greenery from the Dollar Tree behind my bunny and some boxwood to the side. Now I tied a pink bow on the top. And then to hold this up, I glued two of the towering blocks together, and then I'm just going to tuck it underneath like this, and that works as a stand. And here it is. I absolutely love this. I think it is so fun. I actually ended up moving it to my kitchen counter because it is the perfect conversation piece for your kitchen. These are some mini wall plaques from Dollar Tree, and I think they make excellent coasters. And ignore my fingers, please, you guys. I actually wipe my fingers off with baby wipes in between filming, and it leaves white paint still in my fingerprints. Unless I wash with soap and water, that's what happens. So sorry about that. But anyway, I got these beautiful butterfly cutouts from Dollar Tree, and I just added some Mod Podge to them, glued them on. I mean, pink, gray, and black always look so beautiful together, but look how you can make these plain wall plaques. I mean, I'm not going to use I would never buy those and hang those on my wall. They're too small, but they make excellent spring coasters. And look how we turn them into Easter, spring. Totally changed the vibe, the season, everything. Look at how beautiful that is. So super, super great idea and a craft you can actually use. So I grabbed one of these super soft microfiber cloths from Dollar Tree. If you watch Dollar Tree videos, you're probably familiar with these. They're found in the automobile section, and I cut out some cardboard into a bunny shape and just covered the back. This is going to be the back of our bunny, and I will leave the pattern, the template for that bunny, in my free printables. It will be a link in my description box. And then I grabbed the Dollar Tree mop for the front of the bunny because I think the mop is so much cuter and fluffier. So we're just going to glue the mop on the front and cut it out. And I found this super pretty ribbon from the Dollar Tree. All of this is from the Dollar Tree. Look at that. I just thought, ooh, that screams Easter. I've been collecting it slowly over 2 years, but we're making a messy bow. And all you do is crisscross different ribbons like an X, and then you tie it in the middle and you fluff it out, and that's it. And you'll have a messy bow. I have a full video called 10 Christmas Bows. If you want to really check it out, they're time stamped. I make all kinds of bows in there. and it's a really fun video to watch. Because it's time-stamped, you can just go to the bow you're interested in. But anyway, that's it. I just glued it to the side because this is the front of our bunny. We took care of the back with the fiber cloth, the microfiber cloth. Added a little raffia bow in the front, and I decided I wanted to make a stand. Now again, to make this even faster, you guys, they sell things like this at the Dollar Tree, flat little pieces that are already pre-done and ready to go, and you can just glue them on top of that. But I didn't have one, so this is just an extra piece I got in some packing with some furniture that I bought. I don't know why they put it in there, but I kept it because it was wood, painted it, and I'm using hot glue because he is cardboard. He's so lightweight that hot glue did the job. I might add a towering block in the back for extra security. We're going to see how he holds up, but for now he's holding up. And I added a cotton ball, just like one of their little pom-poms from Dollar Tree, for a tail, just for fun. You're probably not going to see that, but I thought it was cute. And here he is, and he's so cheerful and furry and fuzzy. I've always wanted to use the mop to make a bunny like this, and I've never gotten around to it, and I did it this year. Let me know what you think. I absolutely fell in love with these bunnies when I found them at the Dollar Tree, so I went and grabbed like 4 of them. I covered one in another video with a napkin, and I thought it would be fun to cover one with fabric, and plus my daughter wanted one, so this one is for my daughter. And because it's fabric, we are using Mod Podge. I do kind of go heavy with Mod Podge with fabric because you guys know it's thicker and it's harder to hold down, so the glue stick isn't quite enough for this. So I just glued this piece of fabric down on top. And then I'm going to go ahead and put more Mod Podge on the top of the fabric, and we're going to cover it from the top as well, just to kind of seal it in. Again, it's fabric, so it doesn't have to, you don't really have to worry about the wrinkling as much with fabric. Well, at least with my experience, it never wrinkles, but you do have to be generous with your Mod Podge to get everything to stay down nice and tight on your craft. You just really see how I'm tapping it and kind of pushing. I mean, you want to soak it with Mod Podge basically, and then you won't have any lifting along the edges. And after I was done, I set it aside to dry. And when the Mod Podge is all dry, you handle it exactly like you would handle a napkin or a piece of paper because it dries rock hard and stiff. So you're able to cut most of it off with scissors, and then you use a nail file and you clean up the edges. And then I took some raffia and I made a raffia bow. This is actually my daughter's colors here. She requested a brown flowered bunny because that's her theme going this year. Trimmed up my bow, and that's it. So this was an Easter project that I did during summer that I was afraid would get buried in the video because it wasn't a Easter video, you know what I mean? But it's such an excellent Easter project, and it comes with a free printable, so I wanted to put it in this video. All I did was take a Pringles can and then paint it white. That was it. And then after you paint it white, you're just gonna take a can opener, take the bottom off, and then gently start squishing this kind of flat. You'll see me do it right here. I'm just pressing it down to make it kind of flat. And if it's a little bent on the bottom, don't worry about it because you can always put a trim or something to cover that up. It won't even matter. You're not going to see it. So this is a super cute print. It's a free printable in my description box, and I wanted to make sure to get it to you guys. I love this bunny here. I actually leave this up all year round in my house. I just take like the Easter stuff out and I change it, but I have bunnies during the summer. Well, not all year round. I take it down during fall and Christmas, but for spring and summer I leave it up. And I used my tissue paper printing method. Now that's just where I take regular gift tissue paper, tape it onto cardstock, and put it through my printer. It's that simple. However, I did discover vellum paper, which is essentially tissue paper that's pre-cut from Amazon. It is in a link down below in my description box, and you can use that to put it through your printer too, and it's transparent and will work just like this. It's not quite as flimsy, but for those of you that don't want to fiddle faddle with taping tissue paper on, because it is, it's extra work, and if you're worried it's going to get caught in your printer or whatever, that is an option. And then I love the glue stick method for putting tissue paper down because it's the driest method you can use, and of course it doesn't cause wrinkles. So I glued them down, and then I'm taking this weather stripping. It was like $5 and you get tons of strips right there, and that's what I chose to use to finish off the bottom. But you don't have to use that. You could use ribbon or lace or twine. I just didn't want like where the metal was kind of bent right there to show, so I just took the weather stripping and glued that down. Next, I'm using some antique wax, and I just wanted to give this some character and dimension so it's not so flat, I guess, and more interesting to the eye. And that's all I did. I just took like a baby wipe and some wax, and it was, any antique wax will work. I tend to buy the one that's on sale and rubbed it on. Now we're using some Dollar Tree wood right there. That's like a wooden sign. And well, hey, I didn't like those holes, so I took some wooden half beads and covered the holes up. And then I took some more antique wax and kind of just distressed the sign a little bit to make it match my Pringles can. And this wood piece here I got from Amazon. It's actually meant as like little hooks for your wall, but I'm going to take, you'll see it later in the video, I'm going to take some E6000 and glue that on, because at first I do it with a hot glue and I'm not confident it's going to stay. I poked holes with a hole puncher into the Pringles can, tied some twine, hung it on the one. There I go with my E6000, tied it on, and I'm showing you that you can fill it with some carrots and lavender for Easter. Of course, I'm going to add my carrots. This hangs up, like I said, through spring and summer, and Easter is going to come up here any minute, and so I will be adding some carrots and eggs. But isn't it adorable? I love this one. And my second one that I put in a summer video that I didn't want to get lost here for you guys, so at least it's now categorized under Easter. This makes a great Easter craft. I found this cross at Dollar Tree, and I was inspired by the Celtic crosses that I see when I travel to Scotland and Ireland. I didn't have the exact Celtic symbol, of course, because those are intricate and difficult to find, but I did find this little medallion at the Dollar Tree, and you'll see it in a minute here. But I just take Dollar General napkins, glue stick it on. Well, first I painted it white so you would see the marble really well, and then I put this Dollar Tree medallion down and I glue it. And that's it. Now, I do end up ripping that wreath off the back and painting the back black, because when I put it on my table, you could totally see the back and it looked bad. So I had to change that up. But I glue this down on the center, and that covers all the seams for the napkins. I trimmed the tassel a little bit shorter, but this ends up being so cute, because all I end up doing is taking some carnations and boxwood and vines and gluing it on the bottom there and making it more like a spring piece. But it comes up really beautiful considering what I started with. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with those napkins, because I thought, oh, those are kind of just plain, they're gray, but I thought this came up really pretty. For this one, I grabbed some of the Dollar Tree wooden eggs, and you can see the eggs and bunnies are two different colors. So if you want to make this craft really fast, you could just glue the bunnies straight down on the eggs and seal it up with some kind of sealant, and you'd be done. I want to paint mine, so I'm taking some spackling, filling in the top holes, and painting my eggs white. And then I'm going to use Cameo Pink, Key West, and Lavender Sachet. They're all matte paints. They're not shiny, they're matte, by Apple Barrel, and I'm going to paint each one of these bunnies. Now, I love these little cottontails, so I don't want to give those up, so I just tore them off at the back, and I'm going to glue them onto the side that I painted. Next, I'm just using my glue gun, and we're going to glue the bunnies onto the front of the eggs. Next, I bought these round composite pots for $1.25 for another DIY, and I'm going to use them again today, but you could use styrofoam cups, or you could use Dollar Tree little planters, whatever you want. And I'm gluing some styrofoam down. I'm taking the skewer sticks from Dollar Tree. I'm going to glue those onto the back of the eggs and use that to hold these up. And then I'm going to stake them down into the foam. And to give these guys weight this time, I'm taking some of the Dollar Tree gems, and I'm just adding those, and I'm going to add some of the green reindeer moss on top, and I glued these flowers on. Now this one I want your opinion on, you guys, because I did end up taking them off, I wasn't sure they looked good after I did it, so let me know what you think. But I added some twine bows at the bottom to kind of cover the stakes. These are a little lower to the moss this time, and we're all done. And I think these came up so festive and so cute. They're so fast to make, especially if you don't paint the bunnies. These could easily fall into a 5-minute craft. Let me know which one was your favorite in today's video, and if you enjoyed the video and had fun today, give it a thumbs up. And of course, here's another one I think you'll enjoy watching next.